On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Bloom.
A flower, especially one having showy or colorful parts, the best time of youth.
Examples:
Bloom in autumn. Black and white blooms. The cherry blossoms in the park were in full bloom.
Allergy.
A hypersensitivity disorder of the immune system, characterized by an exaggerated response to certain allergens, such as pollens, foods, and drugs.
Examples:
Food allergy. Allergy treatment. The allergy test helped to determine the cause of her symptoms.
Inspire.
To make somebody feel with the desire, confidence, or enthusiasm, especially to do something creative.
Examples:
Inspire a feeling of curiosity. Inspire him to write a novel. The unique style of this martial arts inspired many action film producers.
Dread.
To be very afraid of or worried about something that is going to happen or that might happen.
Examples:
Dread failure. Dread getting old. We all dread to think about what will happen if the company goes bankrupt.
Sneeze.
To make a sudden, involuntary expulsion of air from the nose and mouth, usually due to irritation caused by the presence of dust, pollen, or other irritants.
Examples:
Sneeze into my hand. Sneeze loudly. Whenever I get a cold, I tend to sneeze a lot.
Congest.
To make something blocked or crowded so as to hinder or prevent freedom of movement or flow of liquid.
Examples:
Congest in a vein. Congest a highway. The roads to the airport were heavily congested.
Swell.
To become larger or more inflated, to become more intense or important.
Examples:
Swell at room temperature. Swell a population. His arm was swelling from the insect bite.
Watery.
Full of or containing water, wet.
Examples:
A watery fluid. Go to a watery grave. The soup was too watery and needed more flavor.
Itch.
To have an uncomfortable feeling on the skin that makes you want to scratch it.
Examples:
Itch constantly. Itch to speak. I can't stop itching my arm because of the mosquito bite.
Onslaught.
A fierce or violent attack, a sudden and intense outburst of something, usually negative.
Examples:
Onslaught of criticism. Urban onslaught. The village was unprepared for the sudden onslaught of the enemy army.
Mucus.
A slimy liquid produced inside the nose and other body parts for lubrication, protection, etc.
Examples:
Airway mucus, nasal mucus. When the body temperature drops, mucus secretion fails.
Immune.
Protected against a particular disease or toxin due to the presence of specific antibodies or sensitized white blood cells.
Examples:
Immune from criminal prosecution. The cell of the immune system. The vaccination does not necessarily make you completely immune.
Seasonal.
Occurring or varying according to the season or time of year, related to or affected by the changing seasons.
Examples:
Seasonal allergies. Seasonal fruits. The pumpkin patch only operates during the seasonal fall months.
Hay.
Grass that has been cut and dried for use as animal feed or bedding, a stack or bale of this dried grass.
Examples:
Hay cube. Hay asthma. We sat on a hay bale and watched the sunset over the fields.
Allergic.
Having or caused by an allergy.
Examples:
Allergic children. Allergic to pollen. The infection triggered a high fever and allergic reactions.
Rhinitis.
Inflammation or irritation of the mucous membrane lining the nose, resulting in symptoms such as sneezing, nasal congestion, runny nose, and itching.
Examples:
Seasonal rhinitis. Allergic rhinitis. She has been suffering from chronic rhinitis for years and has tried various medications to relieve her symptoms.
Hypersensitive.
Easily or overly affected emotionally, physically, or mentally by stimuli or situations that are not normally considered stressful or upsetting.
Examples:
Hypersensitive reaction. Hypersensitive nerve endings. She became hypersensitive to criticism after being bullied in school.
Pollen.
A fine powder substance consisting of microscopic grains produced by plants that facilitate their reproductive process through the process of pollination.
Examples:
Pollen allergy symptoms. High pollen count. My allergies flare up during pollen season, making it difficult to breathe.
Mold.
A hollow container used to give shape to liquid or soft substance, which then becomes solid in the same shape as the container, a soft, green, or gray growth that forms on stale food or objects exposed to warm, moist air for too long.
Examples:
A casting mold. Mold allergy. Mushrooms and mold are fungi.
Spore.
A reproductive cell that is capable of developing into a new individual without fertilization, especially one produced by certain bacteria, fungi, and algae.
Examples:
Anthrax spore, spore reproduction. Bacteria and some algae also produce spores as a means of survival and dispersal, and they are often found in soil, water, and other environments.
Fungus.
A type of organism that includes yeasts, molds, and mushrooms, which are heterotrophic, meaning they do not produce their food and must consume organic matter to survive.
Examples:
Fungus infection, symbiotic fungus. Certain types of fungus can be toxic to humans, causing severe illness if ingested.
Membrane.
A soft, thin layer that forms animal or vegetable tissue.
Examples:
Cell membranes, nuclear membrane. Loud noises might harm the fragile ear membrane.
Innocuous.
Not harmful or dangerous, unlikely to cause injury or damage.
Examples:
Innocuous joke, innocuous substance. The spider in the corner of the room seemed innocuous, but it made her uneasy.
Infectious.
Able to be passed quickly from one person, animal, or plant to another, especially through air or water.
Examples:
An infectious fever. Person's smile is infectious. Leprosy is an indolent infectious disease.
Bacteria.
Single-celled or non-cellular spherical or spiral or rod-shaped organisms that exist in large numbers in the air, water, and soil, and also in living and dead creatures and plants, and are often a cause of disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic bacteria, harmless bacteria. Bacteria prevalent in hospitals are often resistant to antibiotics.
Substance.
The real physical material of which a thing or person consists, the most important or main part of some idea or experience, an illegal drug.
Examples:
An explosive substance. Substance abuse problem. The substance of the argument was well presented.
Threaten.
To utter intentions of injury or punishment against someone.
Examples:
Threaten a healthy relationship. Threaten national security. Various artificially induced causes are threatening our ecosystem.
Antibody.
A substance produced in the blood that attacks and kills harmful bacteria, viruses, etc., to fight disease.
Examples:
Produce antibody. Antibody against bacteria. This pharmaceutical company is developing antibody drugs with fewer side effects.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Offend.
To cause someone to feel upset, angry, or annoyed.
Examples:
Offend his sensibilities. Offend a customer. His rude comments offended many people at the party.
Prompt.
To make someone decide to or try to do something, or to make something happen.
Examples:
Prompt a feeling of hunger. Prompt a debate. That incident prompted a nationwide chain reaction regarding the crackdown on illegal groups.
Recruit.
To persuade someone to work for a company, to find new members for an organization, the armed forces, etc.
Examples:
Recruit a good worker. Recruit a new hire. The colonial government recruited militia support when civil war broke out.
Defend.
To protect someone or something from attack, criticism, danger, etc.
Examples:
Defend my country. Defend against a threat. International law allows each nation to defend itself when its rights and interests are illegally violated.
Accidentally.
By chance or without planning.
Examples:
They met accidentally. Accidentally coincide. He was accidentally killed by friendly fire.
Discriminate.
To treat a person or particular group of people worse or better than another, especially in an unfair way, to recognize or perceive the difference between people or things.
Examples:
Discriminate against women employees. Discriminate between different things. You should not discriminate against minorities.
Harmless.
Not able or not likely to cause damage or harm.
Examples:
Harmless in most people. Harmless substances. Most people thought of him as a harmless eccentric.
Waft.
To be carried along, as if by a current of air or water. To float or drift gently. Noun, a gentle movement or flow of air, usually carrying a scent, sound, or sensation with it.
Examples:
Waft in the breeze. Waft of steam. The smell of freshly baked bread began to waft through the house.
Latch.
A device for holding a door or gate closed, typically a sliding bar or bolt.
Examples:
Set the latch. Latch mechanism. The latch on the gate was broken, so the cows got loose. Trigger. To make something happen suddenly, To cause something such as a device, machine, etc., to function.
Examples:
Trigger a biochemical response. Trigger inflation. The incident triggered a political controversy.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
Release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Inflame.
To cause very strong feelings such as anger or excitement in a person or a group of people.
Examples:
Inflame skin. Inflame his passion. Her eyes inflamed with crying.
Chemical.
Relating to or connected with chemistry.
Examples:
Toxic chemicals. A chemical compound. The firm has grown into a large chemical manufacturing.
Histamine.
A substance produced by the body, sometimes found in foods, that can cause allergic reactions, inflammation, or other physiological responses.
Examples:
Histamine reaction. Histamine blocker. His allergies caused histamine release in his body, leading to congestion and sneezing.
Stimulate.
To encourage something to develop or become more active, to stir the feelings or emotions.
Examples:
Stimulate the economy. Stimulate the nervous system. The book stimulated my imagination.
Nervous.
Worried and anxious about something, relating to the nerves.
Examples:
Development of the nervous system. Get nervous. He suffers from nervous breakdowns.
Vessel.
A ship or large boat.
Examples:
Blood vessels. Naval vessels. The vessel arrived in port the following day.
Leak.
To allow liquid or gas to get in or out from a hole or crack in a pipe or container.
Examples:
Leak data. Leak a classified memo. He leaked serious accounting irregularities that only people in the company's executive could know.
Fluid.
A substance that can flow and is not solid.
Examples:
Plenty of fluids. Fluid assets. She was diagnosed with a fluid buildup in her lungs.
Genetics.
The branch of biology that studies genes, genetic variation, and heredity in organisms.
Examples:
The science of genetics. Genetics discrimination. He is a specialist in the genetics of aging.
Culprit.
Someone who is responsible for a crime or wrongdoing.
Examples:
The culprit of global warming. The arrest of the culprit. They finally found the culprit of the bug after a long time.
Associate.
To mentally connect someone or something with someone or something else.
Examples:
Associate alcohol with gambling. Associate with people widely. The majority of consumers associate this brand with quality.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Exposed.
Having no protection or shield from something, such as bad weather, attack, or criticism.
Examples:
Exposed to radiation. An exposed rock. Tech companies often employ exposed ducts and other materials in their office interiors.
Allergen.
A substance, such as pollen, dust mites, certain foods, or pet dander that can trigger an allergic reaction in susceptible individuals.
Examples:
Airborne allergen. Seasonal allergen. Pollen is a common allergen that triggers hay fever in many people.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Encounter.
To face something, particularly something unpleasant or difficult, while attempting to do something else, to meet, especially unexpectedly.
Examples:
Encounter a crisis. Encounter a storm. I'm prepared to encounter challenges throughout this adventure.
Microbe.
A tiny living thing that can only be seen with a microscope and that may cause disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic microbe. Microbe sterilizer. Microbes thrive on the surface of the human skin.
Parasite.
An organism that lives on or in another organism and benefits by deriving nutrients at the other's expense.
Examples:
Blood-sucking parasite. Parasite disease. Tapeworms are parasites that live in the intestines of humans and animals.
Evolve.
To develop gradually, or to cause the development of something or someone gradually.
Examples:
Evolve. Evolve over the past decade. Eyeless fish evolved in dark caves.
Tradition.
A belief, custom, or way of doing something that has been passed down from generation to generation within a group or society.
Examples.
A tradition of a culture. Against tradition. It is a tradition in many families to have a big Thanksgiving dinner with all their relatives.
Hunt.
To go after and try to catch wild animals to kill them for food, sport, or profit.
Examples.
Hunt a job. Hunt after knowledge. Hounds hunt their prey by using their keen scent.
Hygiene.
The practice of maintaining cleanliness in the home and person to prevent illness.
Examples.
Hygiene practices. Public hygiene. Good hygiene is important for preventing the spread of illness.
Hypothesis.
A proposed idea or explanation that is based on a few known facts, but has not yet been proven to be true or accurate.
Examples.
Test my hypothesis. A bold hypothesis. This evidence supports the Big Bang hypothesis.
Cast.
To cause light or shadow to appear on a surface, to assign or choose someone such as an actor or representative, especially by selection process.
Examples.
Cast a ballot. Cast a charming eye. This accident cast a dark shadow over their lives.
Mount.
To increase, go up, or advance gradually or continuously, to prepare and supply with the necessary equipment for execution or performance, to ride on something or someone.
Examples.
Mount a hill. Mount a counterattack. They mounted pictures on the paper in preparation for the birthday card.
Pathogen.
A bacterium, virus, or other microorganism that causes disease.
Examples.
Plant pathogen. The pathogen in the air. mRNA vaccines are approved faster because they do not contain inactivated pathogens.
Overreact.
To react more strongly or excessively than is necessary or appropriate.
Examples.
Overreact with anger. Overreact to the criticism. She overreacted to the situation and caused unnecessary stress.
Dander.
Tiny scales or particles of dry skin that are shed by animals, particularly cats and dogs, and can cause allergic reactions in some individuals.
Examples.
Allergenic dander. Pet dander. I have a severe allergy to cat dander, so I try to avoid places with cats.
Insect.
Any small creature that has 6 legs and a body divided into 3 sections.
Examples.
Insect antenna. Insect biology. These insects are more prevalent above a certain latitude.
Venom.
A toxic substance produced by an animal, typically a snake or insect, and injected into prey or an enemy by biting or stinging.
Examples:
The venom of a lizard. Injected venom. The snake's venom is highly toxic and can be fatal to humans.
Medication.
A drug or other form of medicine that treats, prevents, or alleviates the symptoms of the disease.
Examples:
Antibiotic medication. Medication by mouth. The pharmacist not only prescribes the medication but also guides its proper use.
Overdrive.
A gear in a vehicle that allows the engine to operate at a higher speed than the vehicle's speed, resulting in greater fuel efficiency and smoother driving. Verb, to drive or work too hard.
Examples:
Atrial overdrive pacing. Go into overdrive. The car's overdrive function allows it to shift into a higher gear for better fuel efficiency on the highway.
Reaction.
A response that reveals a person's feelings or attitude. In chemistry, a process in which one or more substances are changed into others.
Examples:
Chemical reaction. Trigger a reaction. There was a chemical reaction of the lime with the groundwater.
Scary.
Causing fear or fright, frightening, intimidating.
Examples:
Scary dream. Scary story. The horror movie was so scary that I couldn't watch it alone.
Full-blown.
Fully developed or manifesting in its complete form, often used to describe a difficult situation or condition.
Examples:
Full-blown crisis. Full-blown epidemic. The hurricane hit the coast at full-blown force, causing widespread destruction.
Anaphylaxis.
A severe and potentially life-threatening allergic reaction including difficulty breathing, low blood pressure, hives, and swelling that occurs rapidly and affects multiple organs, typically triggered by exposure to an allergen such as a food, medication, or insect sting.
Examples:
Severe anaphylaxis. Fatal anaphylaxis. He had a severe allergic reaction and went into life-threatening anaphylaxis within minutes.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Severe.
Extremely serious or bad in feeling, manner, or strict and harsh, extremely strong or vigorous.
Examples:
Severe heat. A severe case of pneumonia. The senator received severe criticism from his opponent.
Swelling.
An abnormal local enlargement of a part of your body, mainly because of illness or injury.
Examples:
Swelling of the ankle. Hard swelling on the body. After intensive icing by the trainer, the swelling went down.
Breath.
The air that is taken into and expelled from your lungs. The process of taking into and expelling air from your lungs.
Examples:
Hold your breath. Breath of wind. He bated his breath when talking about this affair.
Autoimmune.
Relating to a condition in which the body's immune system attacks and destroys healthy body tissue, mistaking it for harmful foreign substances.
Examples:
Insulin autoimmune syndrome. Autoimmune disorder. The presence of certain substances triggered the autoimmune response.
Disorder.
An untidy state or a lack of organization, a physical condition or illness that causes problems with how a section of the body or brain functions.
Examples:
The files are in complete disorder. People with bipolar disorder. The doctor prescribed some medicine for the mental disorder.
Sclerotic.
Referring to the hardening or thickening of a tissue, organ, or other body parts, often due to infection, disease, or aging.
Examples:
Sclerotic lesion. Sclerotic plaques. The sclerotic arteries in his legs made it difficult for him to walk long distances.
Lupus.
An autoimmune disease that can affect various parts of the body, including the skin, joints, and internal organs, and is characterized by inflammation and tissue damage.
Examples:
Drug-induced lupus. Lupus treatment. Treatment for lupus depends on the severity of the disease and may include medication, lifestyle changes, and regular checkups with a rheumatologist.
Diabetes.
A medical condition in which the body cannot produce enough insulin to control the glucose levels in the blood.
Examples:
Juvenile diabetes. Diabetes patient. My father was tested for diabetes.
Symptom.
Any sensation or change in body or mind that is experienced by a patient and is associated with a particular disease.
Examples:
Symptoms of low testosterone. Neurotic symptoms. The patient displays a symptom of a side effect.
Miserable.
Very unhappy, uncomfortable, or unpleasant, causing great distress or suffering.
Examples:
Miserable weather. Miserable experience. She felt miserable after her dog passed away.
Bind.
To tie or fasten someone or something tightly with rope, string, etc., so that they cannot move or are held together strongly.
Examples:
Bind the man's hands. Bind old letters into a bundle. The company's rules bind the employees' working hours.
Inflammation.
A physical condition in which a part of the body becomes red, painful, hot, and often swollen, especially as a reaction to infection or injury.
Examples:
Reduce inflammation and pain. Inflammation of the lungs. The medicine soothes the pain of chronic inflammation.
Dial.
To adjust or set the controls of a machine or device by turning a controller called dial. Noun, a disc on a telephone that is rotated a fixed distance for each number called.
Examples:
Dial up the volume. Dial down the tension. He dialed the phone number and waited for an answer.
Permanent.
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples:
Literature of permanent value. Permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Deliberate.
Done with full consciousness of nature and effects rather than by accident.
Examples:
The deliberate act of provocation. Deliberate attempt. Despite its advanced science and technology, the empire was deliberate about invasion.
Exposure.
The state of being in a particular situation or place where there is no protection from or guarantee to something harmful, the disclosure of something secret.
Examples:
A southern exposure. The exposure of a fraud. The long exposure to the air tarnished the antique tableware.
Gradual.
Happening slowly over a long period of time or distance, not steep or abrupt.
Examples:
A gradual process. A gradual change. The country experienced a gradual increase in population.
Adventurous.
Willing to take risks and try new or difficult things.
Examples:
Lead an adventurous life. Adventurous pioneers. He has an adventurous spirit and is unafraid of risks.
Intestinal.
Relating to the intestines, equals the part of the alimentary canal, between the stomach and the anus, or bowel, located or occurring within the intestines or bowel.
Examples:
Intestinal blockage. Intestinal bacteria. The patient experienced severe abdominal pain due to an intestinal infection.
Hookworm.
A parasitic worm that attaches itself to the intestinal wall of a host and feeds on its blood, causing anemia, fatigue, and other symptoms.
Examples:
Hookworm larvae. Treat hookworm disease. The hookworm infection can cause serious health problems if left untreated.
Sink.
To submerge or go down below the surface of a liquid or substance, to decline or deteriorate, to cause something to go down into a liquid substance or sink into something else.
Examples:
Sink a lot of capital. Sink a buzzer beater. The abandoned ship slowly began to sink into the murky waters of the harbor.
Blunt.
Having a dull or rounded edge or point, not sharp, straightforward in speech or manner, often to the point of being rude or insensitive.
Examples:
Blunt criticism. Blunt force. The blunt knife made it difficult to cut through the tough steak.
Industrialize.
To organize the production of something into an industry.
Examples:
Industrialized service. Industrialized textile production. The nations of Southeast Asia will quickly industrialize and catch up with the West.
Dwindle.
To gradually decrease in size, amount, or strength, to become smaller.
Examples:
Dwindle in importance. Dwindle to almost nothing. The crowds at the festival dwindled as the night went on.
Midsummer.
The middle of the summer season, traditionally, the time around the summer solstice, equals the longest day of the year, and the period of greatest warmth and light.
Examples:
Midsummer night. Midsummer festival. The midsummer heat made it difficult to work outside for too long.
Ragweed.
A type of flowering plant in the genus Ambrosia, often considered a weed, that produces pollen responsible for causing allergic reactions in some people.
Examples:
Ragweed allergy. Ragweed season. Many people suffer from allergies due to the pollen released by ragweed plants during the summer.